So Tom, I've set up here a target at 150 yards.
Okay.
The diameter of our target circle there is 30 feet. I ask you here on this first one, as we're getting into seeing how your game currently is, to just walk me through once what your pre-shot routine actually looks like.
Okay.
If you're hitting this shot on the golf course. And then we're going to go ahead and hit 10 shots at this target and see how well we do. So
okay.
Why don't you walk me through your routine right now?
The first thing I do is I kind of, I'm not really thinking about target so much. I'm just getting just a nice feel for it. Take 2 practice swings, step back, pick my line, step into it, and then go.
Nice, and I'll ask you to do that here for each one of these shots, as we're really trying to be as accurate as we can on this.
Okay.
Would you do much after the shot, or how did that one turn out? Do you usually do anything after the shot to analyze it?
Not so much. I mean, I look at the divot if it's an iron or a wedge or something like that where I would be taking a divot.
Cool.
That's about it.
Let's go through that. We'll hit 9 more and see how we do.
Great. Going a lot higher too.
Yeah, we saw that from the full swing, right?
Yeah,
As that arm gets there, your ball flight's gone a lot higher than what it was before. We're not coming over and smothering it. So I like those. And you've kind of admitted to the full swing stuff and our stuff a couple weeks ago that you don't have a ton of visualization going on. And we alluded to it in the full swing when we were hitting driver, where I said, hey, let's get super specific of where is this ball going to start, how high is it going to go, and where is it going to end. For our short game practice and for you to move forward, I'd like that visualization to become as specific here.
Okay.
So we've got targets here from 30 out to 80 yards, and I'd like to work you through with the high shot visual. So we're going to go high and landing soft, and then we're going to come back once we get to 80, and we're going to hit some lower ones.
Okay.
So this one's almost like you're carrying a bunker, and I want each one kind of stepping back, visualize the high and soft.
Okay.
We'll work 30 to 80, and then we're going to take one a little bit lower.
Okay.
Some of those skills that we worked on onto the golf course brought you here to the 9th green. In my mind, one of the harder things to self-evaluate is your ability to read a green. It takes a pretty conscious effort to analyze that stuff and know, one, did it actually hit the line that I wanted, and was it the read that was wrong, or speed, or whatnot. But for practice purposes, I've got this string line kind of pointed straight at the hole. We should have a pretty sharp right to left break on this one. And to translate our green read into whichever your preference point is, whether it's by the hole, apex, whatever your focus for you likes to be, we're going to set the string line with where you think the putt should start on. So what do you think? How much break are you thinking? Okay, so I'm going to adjust this, and then you're going to come back. Okay. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, I like that.
Just inside of it. It's a good reference for us.
All right.
We're pretty much right in the shadow of the line. A pretty good reference for us to see, okay, we started on that line we saw and analyze how good this read is. Pretty bouncy pins, huh?
Yeah.
Should have pulled it. But what do you think? I mean, that had a lot of heat on it.
That did. I may have, after seeing that, I might want to go out a little farther, but I definitely didn't start it out there. I didn't start all the way out there.
So I'm going to adjust this a little bit more. And I brought you here because I know this one snaps.
Okay.
I had a feeling
Yeah.
that was maybe a little bit too far in. Still low side.
Yeah.
But I knew this was a tough one to read.
Right. Yeah, it definitely snaps and it's a lot more downhill than it looks like.
So let's try one more. So that read was maybe 3/4 of the amount of brake we needed,
Yeah.
right? Now where are we pointing? I like a lot of the things for your approach to this. If you're okay, I'd like to elaborate them a little bit. That'll help us eliminate stress on the golf course, and we got to practice it here so we can accomplish it there, right? Same as anything else. So I'm going to elaborate your pre-shot routine and essentially we're going to really put this to the test tomorrow when we go play.
Okay.
So we're going to try and fine tune it here today, see how we accomplish there. But I can go ahead and put this thing actually all the way over here.
Okay.
I had the good fortune of getting to watch Dr. David Cook present here at Martis Camp. If you aren't familiar with him, he was the sports psychologist for the Spurs and has more recently worked with PGA Tour players for the mental side of the game. And when I presented that very specific shot shape and visualization, that came from him. But he also helps call what this club is going to represent as the line of commitment. So as I'm back here and I'm finding those feels, whether it's space here or the arm, very technical things that you're going to try and find, I like that, and I like you to personalize that to you, because it's all up to what you can actually feel and accomplish. With those set and feeling good, by the time I visualize this shot, everything up here is committed and should be quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think I read when Tiger was playing his best, his time over the ball averaged 10 seconds. So we're going to try and focus this process. And as soon as I take that one step into here, it is 100% the last visual of exactly how that shot is going to go and how can I execute it.
Okay.
So really quick here over the ball. So why driver?
How long is the hole?
381.
So probably 3 wood then. I mean,
Right. So pins left, and if you remember, all that green works left anyway.
yeah.
So there's not a high demand on getting up there, and
Okay.
you know that right pin on the shelf is, I think, the harder pin.
Okay.
And then I would agree with you, right? Because we want to be as close as we can, but for it to get narrow up there with the driver, and to end up with, you're going to have like 80 yards in, I think you're going to enjoy something a little fuller, right?
Yeah. That cluster of trees. Yeah, cluster of trees, almost straight up the middle, kind of where they.
Hone it down to one.
Okay.
Pick one of those trees.
One of those trees.
Yep.
I see it.
Specific, yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that the one?
About 3 yards left of it.
But honestly, like, hey, narrowing it down to something that small
Yeah.
is what I should do with all of them.